Okay, so haircutting trends, they are taking center stage in 2020, and a little chop can make a dramatic difference in your overall look. Stylist Joey Figueiredo is here to show us what's hot in the hair world right now. And, you know, we're a couple months in, but maybe some people, we still need that little boost to get us going in 2020.
Yeah.
So what's our first trend we're looking at?
So we are looking at the lob. The lob is in and it's full in front. So lob, if you don't know what it is a longer bob. And I always ask this question, what is a bob? So that's our more like textured feel. Yeah, that's more like that's a shorter lob there. But yeah, it's all that bigger, basically underneath that collarbone here. And then a little bit longer for that lob is like just a longer bob if you don't want to make that complete chop like those pictures.
So it kind of gives you a nice swoop. And who or what kind of face shape might you recommend this for?
It really goes for a lot of different face shapes. It depends on like where your part line is as well. That kind of makes your face shape a little bit. But I love a good lob because you can do a lot of texture and styling with it. For
okay,
sure.
I've got a question. Does it just on a side note, people like me who switch their part all the time, is this a pet peeve, or is that something that's actually good for us?
I love switching parts up because it's the most like the simplest way to change up a hairstyle is just switch your part from left to right or middle. It depends on that, and also some people just don't look good with a middle part. So like just switch it to the left or switch it to the right, but it all depends. So just play around with it.
Okay, love that. Great advice for a lob there as well. One other thing you brought up was texture. So we saw that in some of those photos. You've also got a lot of texture products. So how can this help our hair?
So texture, I love is building it back into the haircut. Build the texture in first, and then you can actually enhance it with product. A lot of people put texture with product and they try to make a bad haircut textured. Make sure that because a lot of education that we do, we always teach, build that texture within, and then use drier products like Haze. Haze is like a dusting powder. It will kind of give you that dry texture.
You basically are a magician on
I love it.
Isn't it, magician?
Or dry spray waxes. I love Shebang Bang, you know, and it's like basically like a hairspray and a wax, basically made a baby and Shebang Bang was born. So you kind of like to spray that in your, and then give your ends a little bit of texture, break up your hair a little bit to add that texture in, but it's all about that blunt texture. What that means is giving you that nice line, but giving you that like texture on the bottom. So it looks like a clean line, but there's a lot of texture cut into it.
Okay, love that. Now I think we may have seen some photos that just popped up about curls. And you've been chatting about curls. Is this in for 2020? How do we do it?
Curls and natural texture is coming back with full force, and I cannot wait. And you know, curly girls, that when you put curls and product in your hair, what is the worst thing about curls? They get frizzy, they get bigger, crunchy.
Like that.
So when you're using products like, let's say Whip It Good, which is a moisture mousse, you want to make sure that curls. I love it. Isn't that fun?
I love the names of all of these.
I love Evo. Yeah. So what curly girls hate about mousses is that because they bubble down, this one is actually more whipped. And it will never bubble down. It will stay there the whole show. And then what I like to do, so it's moisture, I like to use a little bit of dusting powder inside of it. And then you're creating a nice color, like a cool texture to your hair, so you can break up your curls and not be like so perfect. I love good touchable hair.
Okay, well that's great. Now one other thing we've been chatting about a little bit, bangs. And you know, I haven't had bangs since like 3rd grade. It might be time for switch up. I don't know.
Yep. So a lot of people come in, they're like, I want bangs. I'm like, do you really? Because they are maintenance. You do have to come back in, or a lot of my clients kind of snip a little bit of those. But you can, the 70 bangs are coming back. It's really kind of piecing out from the middle, letting them wing out in the sides and kind of blend into the hair. But you can also have a little bit of clip-in bangs too. These are literally like $80 or $100, and you literally just clip them in. I'm just gonna do it really quick because it does take 5 minutes to do.
You've got to commit.
I mean, you got to commit. But you can style these out and have fun with them. And look, I mean, it matches perfectly. It goes in, and you don't have to commit to actually cutting your hair because you can just slip those out and you're back to normal. But you can still have fun with bangs because bangs are always in, out, they're always changing. But I always like to say these trends, don't take the personality of your own personal style out of these. These are just guidelines to push you into the right direction of what 2020 is all about, and just really have fun with it because style is always changing and having fun.
Okay, I love that. Joey, one quick question here. I'm seeing the purple here, but rainbow styles, We've seen that in the
Yeah.
past year. Where's it going?
It was a huge hit, and a lot of companies have gone through that, but you're gonna start seeing those fashion colors and everything kind of fading out and more solid colors going back. Now, it doesn't mean you cannot do a fun purple or a fun blue, but all those different colors that are kind of interchanging within that hair is kind of fading out, and it's going to be more solids, or something like your hair. It's going to be very like color refresher, glossed all over, one solid color. And then our blondes, instead of doing tons of like shadow rooting, is what we call it, it's going to be more like a solid blonde color. So you'll be seeing those in. And then these are really great because you can actually refresh your hair color in between services.
Okay, so important there. Joey, thank you for all of that advice. We appreciate it.
Thanks.